Hello, beautiful ladies, and welcome back to Mrs. Me Time. Today, we are beginning part one of a five-part series called Mapping Your Rediscovery Journey Through Travel. And this first conversation is an important one because it's not about destinations or itineraries or even travel plans. If you guys don't know, my name is Brunelda and this is Mrs. Me Time, a space created especially for women 50 plus and beyond who are navigating this next chapter of life with courage, curiosity, and a desire for more. Here at Mrs. Me Time, we talk about things that don't always get said out loud: reinvention, boundaries, rest, joy, travel, and most importantly, connection. This channel is about helping women reconnect with themselves and with others as they evolve into who they are becoming now and not who they used to be. So let's get into it. Today's episode is about permission. So we're going to call this the permission episode. This episode is where we talk about why travel feels different after 50 and why that difference matters. For most of our lives, travel has been about something external, like seeing the sights, checking the boxes, keeping everyone happy, making memories for other people. Many of us have traveled while managing our children, partners, parents, careers, schedules, and everyone else's expectations. We've packed for everyone else. We've planned for everyone else, and somehow still felt responsible for everyone else, just in a different location. But something changes as we move into our 50s and beyond. We begin to notice that we don't just want to go somewhere, just anywhere. We want to feel something. We want quiet. We want space. We want ease. And maybe for the first time in a long time, we want to hear ourselves think without anyone needing anything from us. Travel at this stage of life stops being about sightseeing and starts becoming what makes sense for our needs. It becomes sacred. And sacred doesn't mean fancy or expensive or even exotic. What sacred means is sacred is intentional. Travel becomes sacred when it interrupts autopilot. So many women I speak to tell me that they feel like their lives are just on like repeat. The days start to blend together. The routines are just so familiar. And while nothing is necessarily wrong, something does feel muted at this point in life. Travel breaks that pattern, not because of where we go, but because it removes you from the environment that constantly cues you to be who you've always been for everyone else. When you step away from your usual surroundings, something fascinating happens to our nervous system. It exhales. Our body realizes it doesn't have to be on alert. Our mind slows down, our shoulders drop, and in that quiet space, emotions you didn't even know you were carrying really have room to surface gently without drama. This is why travel after 50 isn't about running away from life. It's truly about creating enough distance to see it clearly. Another reason travel becomes sacred at this stage is because it creates space away from our roles. Think about how many roles you hold for a minute. Just give that a couple beats and think of all the things you do in your life. Those roles may be meaningful, but they are all still just roles. And when you're constantly inside of them, it becomes hard to remember who you are underneath. When you travel intentionally, something just shifts. You're no longer on call. No one is asking you what's for dinner. No one needs you to solve a problem. No one is pulling at your energy. A quieter voice just emerges, and that's your own voice. The voice that says, this is what I like now. This is what I need now. This no longer serves me, or this no longer fits. This feels true, and that is truly rediscovery. It's not reinvention, not becoming someone new. It's invention. But remembering who you are when no one needs anything from you, there's also something deeply regulating about slowing down in a new environment. We often underestimate how overstimulated we are in our daily lives. Noise, screens, obligations, and emotional labor. Intentional travel, especially travel designed for rest and reflection, allows the nervous system to just reset. And when the nervous system feels safe, clarity becomes possible. You start to notice what brings you peace, what brings you joy, and what drains you, and what nourishes you. This is why so many women return from certain trips feeling different, not dramatically changed, but subtly more themselves. They sleep better, they breathe deeper, they make decisions with more confidence. Not because the destination fixed them, but because the space allowed them to reconnect. And here's something important I want to say clearly. Wanting this type of travel does not mean you're ungrateful for your life. It it means you're honest. It means you recognize that you've evolved and your needs have evolved with you. After 50, pleasure becomes purposeful, rest becomes productive, and silence becomes informative. Travel becomes a way to just listen. As we move through this exciting 5-part series, we'll talk about how to map this journey thoughtfully, how to plan without overwhelm, and what kinds of destinations support rediscovery rather than exhaustion. But for today, I want you to sit with this simple idea. You are allowed to travel for you, not to prove anything, not to keep up, not to perform, but to rest, to reflect, and remember. And when you are ready, whether now or later, to take that step to explore what intentional travel could look like for you in this season, know that you don't have to figure that out alone. You can always contact me to talk through travel options, experiences, or rediscovery journeys that support who you are now, not who you were 10 or 20 years ago. This is what I do, and I do it gently. In the next episode, we will begin mapping this journey, starting from the inside out. Until then, give yourself permission to want more space, permission to want quiet, permission to choose yourself. This chapter of your life deserves that care. And as always, if this video spoke to you in any way, please like, subscribe, and share it. Leave a comment. Let's get the discussion started about how we're going to move forward on remapping our journeys through travel. I look forward to seeing you in episode 2. Take care.